Hey, this is Michael Lindsay from Vinyl MX. We're at Chaparral Motorsports today, and we're going to talk about getting you a better start. We're going to show you how to install Holeshot Device. As much power as today's modern 4-strokes put out, it's really good to have one of these on so you can crank down that front end and put as much power to the ground as you need. So now we have our Holeshot Device. We're going to get our fork guard off our CRF 450R and get to installing it. Tools you're absolutely going to need is either an 8mm T-handle or some Allen sockets to get your fork guard off. From there, you're going to need a drill to drill through the fork guard. Works Connection does provide a countersinking drill bit that works pretty well. You may want to use one or two of your own to do some of the extra work, but for the most part, you can get away with what they have in the package. So in this case, we're going to get the front wheel off the bike. The Honda 450, it's kind of hard to get the fork guard off without just kind of a real short Allen wrench, so rather get it off correctly and get it on correctly. So we're going to take the front wheel off. So now that we have our fork guard off, it's time to get to installing the Holeshot Device. In this case, Works Connection offers us a little drill bit they send with it, and they also give you a couple options for heights. They recommend between 90mm, 110. In this case, with a 450, we're going to go and crank it to 110. They give you a couple templates here. You actually cut them out based on which size you want, and you tape it over the fork guard. It's kind of their way of helping simplify and keeping everything a little more straight. Once the paper template is on, the next step is to take the metal template that is supplied in the packaging and put it in the outlined area on the paper and tape it as well. So the next step is to take a 3/16 drill bit and drill through the top and bottom locating holes for the Holeshot Device. The next hole you're going to drill is actually the main hole for the clip on the Holeshot Device. This is what the 3/4 countersinking bit that Works Connection provides is for. Once you're done drilling the hole, you're going to want to take the template off and test fit the Holeshot Device to see if you need to clean up the hole or expand it a little bit to get the Holeshot clip to fit. Now before we install the Holeshot Device, we're going to want to countersink the two main bolts to hold it on. We're trying to clean up the back side so the bolts will sink all the way into the plastic. If you don't, they'll stick out and catch on the fork. Now that we've confirmed our holes are the size we need them to be, we're going to go ahead and start screwing the Holeshot Device onto the fork guard. So another little trick you can do to help keep these from catching on the fork and protect them is to just put a little layer of electrical tape over it so it gives it something smooth to rub on. You can also take a look at them later to see if the electrical tape's wearing to tell you if it is catching on the fork. So now that we have the Holeshot Device installed on our fork guard, we need to install the ring onto the fork leg. Instead of trying to stretch it over, it's better to take the fork leg off and then install it. Once you have the ring on the fork, you're going to want to insert the Allen bolt and snug it down a little bit. You don't want to fully tighten it, as you're going to have to set the direction of it once you get it on the bike. So now we need to reinstall the fork guard. We're going to reinstall the wheel before we can set the Holeshot Device alignment. Now it's time to set the alignment on the Holeshot Device. We're going to take this here and try to basically line it up with the Holeshot Device straight up to where the clip needs to engage. Once you have a rough idea, you still want to leave it loose, so if it's a little bit off, the first time you compress it and engage it, it'll center itself. Now that the Holeshot Device is engaged, we can finally finish tightening the ring because now it's in the position we want it to be in. Now that we have the Holeshot Device installed, we're ready to head to the track, get behind the gate, and knock out some better starts. Remember to check back soon for more tech tips at VitalMX.com.